What is going on, you beautiful, beautiful people? It's your boy Juanito, representing One Step Ahead Fitness, here to give you some tools to better your life. Today we're going to open up a utility belt. I love superheroes, and Batman has this utility belt with everything he would ever need. Hey, check it out, I'm wearing Captain America's shirt. That's perfect, right? So, the utility belt for breathing is going to have a couple of different techniques. First, we'll do the Wim Hof method, but I'm going to break it up bit by bit, so check this out. Let's talk about taking the perfect inhale. You go to the video that says building the optimal breath, your hips slide back, your belly comes forward, chest is rising, and your chin will rise along with that, really opening up your body. And as you exhale, your hips will roll underneath, your navel will draw in, your chest will come down, and your chin will come down. So you can use the inhale posture and just hold your breath at the top of it. Now we're talking about holding your inhale. And you can build up the valsalvic pressure by using the bandhas. So the root lock, where you're kind of clenching your pelvic floor, that's your asshole for you sensitive people, drawing your navel in, and also kind of, if you're a chico, pulling your balls up, and if you're a chica, kind of like clamping in there. That would be the muscle of your pelvic floor. Now from there, you're gonna suck your diaphragm in. That will kind of make you taller too. That combined with opening your throat and tucking your chin down, those will be your bandhas, right? So you can do that holding the inhale. And that's gonna build up a lot of pressure. Then you can do the same thing holding your exhale. So holding your inhale will be good if you need to really increase the amount of energy you have. You can also use holding your inhale to increase your blood pressure temporarily, and that way you'll get a burst of circulation when you let that exhale go. So when you let go of the inhale that you were holding, when you finally exhale, your blood pressure is gonna shoot out kind of like a broken fire hydrant, and then that'll get deeper into the tissue, the blood and oxygen. It's a beautiful feeling, and it's very good for stretching, very good for if you're in a position where your muscles are tightening up. Let's say you're holding a plank to the max capacity, then you're gonna be able to flush out the lactic acid, and you'll be able to hold it a little longer. It's excellent. So forward from there, if you do that perfect breath optimally, then you're going into what we call charging. Charging occurs when you're taking in a lot of oxygen, out a lot of carbon dioxide. And you'll feel the symptoms of that. That's like lightheadedness or tingling. You feel like your body is literally electrically charged. It's a great feeling. And in the Wim Hof method, from there you go and you hold your exhale, and you're gonna be able to hold it for much longer. After you exhale is when your body is going more into the parasympathetic nervous system. And so by making this after you charge, then you'll be able to hold your breath for longer, which means a longer amount of time in the parasympathetic relaxation response, which is so good for your body. Most of us are out of balance way too far to the sympathetic side. You know, the stresses of daily life and things like that piling up. Maybe we don't get enough sleep, and so as a result of that, excess cortisol and things like that, which we can get into another day. So that's Wim Hof method. Then we can talk about alternate nostril breathing, which was just you take your ring finger and your thumb, and you're gonna take a breath in, breathe out, one nostril, in the same nostril, and then out the other one, in, and then switch. So it's out, in, switch. This is really nice because it'll automatically slow down your breathing, which is really good for you. And also it helps to synchronize the activity of the opposite brain hemispheres. When you slow down your breathing, you build up more carbon dioxide in your blood, just like you do in the retention phase of the Wim Hof method. There's benefits to this. That's the idea of Buteyko breathing. The three main benefits: dilated airway, dilated capillaries and circulation, and then oxygen more readily detaching from hemoglobin, the carrying agent in the blood, ultimately getting more oxygen into your tissues. It's very fascinating also that you can activate the lymphatic system of your brain, the glymphatic system, when there's elevated levels of carbon dioxide like there would be when you sleep. The breath during sleep is very interesting because it becomes slower and deeper, and you start to build up more of this carbon dioxide. However, you also go through phases of rapid breathing like you would in charging while you sleep. It's very interesting, although I have not been sleeping next to somebody who I've seen charge. Maybe someday. Okay, so we have alternate nostril, we have charging, we have retention after exhaling, retention after inhaling. Let's talk about reverse abdominal breathing. I'll take a second here to really thank you guys, because it's been such a pleasure for me to have all of the feedback from this YouTube channel, and even people pointing me in the direction of things to check out. I believe that's how I came across buteyko breathing, and I know that's how I came across reverse abdominal breathing, which was pointed out to me by my brother. I forgot your name, I'm sorry, but thank you so much, because the reverse abdominal breathing, so that sort of pressure that you make in the brown fat activation, you can maintain a pressure in your core if you do reverse abdominal breathing. So instead of when you inhale, your belly coming out, when you inhale, you can draw your belly in. When you exhale, you can draw your belly out. And I find this way I feel charged with less breaths than I do if I'm doing it the other way. And also, if I'm in the cold, I'm able to maintain a certain body heat, because if I soften myself as I breathe, sometimes I feel that the cold will penetrate more deeply than if I keep that pressure. So reverse abdominal breathing is really neat. From there, Navy SEAL breathing. Navy SEAL breathing is inhale slowly for a count of 10, hold for a count of 2, and exhale for a count of 10. Completely emptying your lungs. Very good stuff there. That's how the Navy SEALs are going to overcome, I mean, that's immense pressure that those guys are under. Cold water and way more than that even. And if you run, you got to slow your heart rate down to take a shot. That's a good way to do it. So inhale for a count of 10, hold for a count of 2, exhale for a count of 10, completely emptying the lungs. Very good way to de-stress yourself there. So we have Navy SEAL breathing. We have buteyko breathing, where, again, just like the alternate nostril breathing, all you're doing is letting the carbon dioxide build up. So you can do that by holding your inhales and your exhales. In general, you're just slowing your breath down. That also is very effective for clearing up your sinuses. A quick way that you can clear your sinuses, if you just exhale and hold as long as you can, you'll be able to clear your sinuses if you push far enough. If you're not able to do that, take a breath in, hold your breath in. Then after the next exhale, try again. And if you do this a few times, you'll be able to clear your sinuses. Another thing you can do is exhale all the air out, pinch your nose, and just tilt your head back several times. It looks kind of silly, but it's interesting because maybe that's why nobody tried it. Maybe it's super effective, but nobody would know because they didn't want to look silly. So forward from there, we can talk about the relationship that you have with your breath as you're breathing. A lot of times your breath will become unconscious, and then it'll be the quality of whatever you're experiencing that determines the quality of your breath. If you become conscious, then it's sort of a different story. So let's talk about how to derive the maximum pleasure from each breath, right? You could think of gratitude as a way to do this. Mother Earth is breastfeeding you with every breath that you take, right? Alexander Lowen, in his book on bioenergetics, describes breastfeeding as the fundamental formation of a relationship, right? You're getting your sustenance, but also vitamin P, right? The vitamin people, the physical contact between human beings, which is so nourishing and essential to us, begins there with breastfeeding. So by kind of reaching out for the breath in a loving way and just letting go, I know in some of the other videos you'll see that I'm really pushing out, and some of you have even pointed this out to me, and you're completely correct. It's much better for the charging, or just in general, to just let go of the breath instead of pushing it out. Another thing is like the amount of muscle pressure that you make when you're squeezing the breath. The pressure, you want it to come from the pressure of the air, not so much the pressure of your muscles, although those can be involved as well. So those are going to be the utility, those are the compartments in your utility belt, okay? That's what we got for now. there's gonna be a few compartments that I don't want you to open up yet. You guys might not be ready for that, okay? I don't want you to take out some explosives and get crazy. Stick with me, okay? We take it step by step. Thank you so much for watching. I have derived so much motivation from the feedback that I get from you all, and just the fact that there's people out there who have similar interests to me and are willing to watch a 7-10 minute video on this stuff like I am, and that they point me in the direction of things which will also accelerate my growth. So all of us do this together, and I am just so beyond grateful for that. I mean, in my regular life, to find people who are open to these things is a tremendous blessing. And now, through this YouTube channel, I've found many of you. So thank you so much. Thank you. I mean, over 1,000 subscribers, I would never have believed that there would be so many people with similar interests. And it, like I'm saying, it motivates me. I want to learn more so that I can share more. And anything that you guys have as feedback, please send it back to me. I love it. I will get around to it eventually. There's so many things for me to look into. But if you get a feeling of how I am from watching these videos, and you think, I think that this guy would like this, please send it to me. I love it. So thank you guys again. I'm full of gratitude and very excited and enthusiastic to move forward, learning new things and just becoming the best version of myself so that I can share more with you all. It's your boy Juanito, signing off. Peace.